Quick show of hands, how many of you have ever used Duolingo, even just to keep a streak alive? The little green owl has become one of the most popular ways young people practice a new language. But here's the real question we want to answer. Does the owl actually help students speak better English, or is it just a fun daily habit?
Lexa Fadilah, and together with my research partner, lovely Aulia from the Universitas PGRI Jombang, we investigate exactly that questions. Our study is titled Students' Perceptions of Duolingo in Improving English Speaking Skills. Whether you are a language learner or future teachers, or simply curious about educational technology, this research has something relevant for you.
Let's start with why this topic matters. English is the primary language of global communication, and speaking performance is a crucial indicator of true language mastery. The problem is young students often lack sufficient speaking opportunities in traditional classroom due to limited time and speaking anxiety. That's why technology-assisted learning serves as a necessary bridge for independent, low-pressure oral practice, and Duolingo is a leading mobile-assisted language learning or MAL platform offering gamified, structured, and accessible speaking exercise.
Now let's look what previous studies have found. The first is Fitria et al. 2023 reported that 90% of students felt Duolingo improved their speaking. Adita et al. 2026 found gain in pronunciation, vocabulary, fluency, and grammar. Al-Hakmani 2025 found it boosts motivation and confidence, especially of lower achieving students. But Sakina et al. 2025 point out something important. Most existing research focus heavily on vocabulary learning. This reveals a critical lack of research focusing deeply on specific speaking skills and the perceptions of non-English major students. And that's exactly that gap our research.
Let's frame this as two research questions. The first research question asks, what are student perception on Duolingo in improving English speaking skills? And the second research question asks, what aspect of English speaking skills, pronunciation, fluency, vocabulary and grammar accuracy, and interaction are perceived to be improved the use of Duolingo? Answering these two questions is exactly what our method and findings will walk you through.
For our method, we use of quantitative descriptive research design. Point 1, our target is 62 active undergraduate students non-English education program. So we could capture learner outside specialist language. Point 2, our criteria is participant needed active, genuine experience using Duolingo for everyday English. And point 3, our recruitment with purposive sampling through targeted TikTok video, invitation and direct outreach across university network.
Our core instrument was a 25-item questionnaire on a 5-point Likert scale. Items 1 to 30 mapped to research question 1, covering 4 indicators: motivation and engagement, independence and accessibility, confidence and willingness to speak, and general helpfulness and positive perception. Item 14 through 25 were mapped to research question 2, covering pronunciation, fluency, accuracy and vocabulary and grammar, and interaction.
For our data analysis, we use descriptive statistics to calculate mean scores at the item, indicators, and the variable levels. Using the formula, mean equals the total score from respondent divided by the number of respondents. We then interpret this mean score using the criteria of Muhammad Saleh et al. 2026. A score of 1.00 to 1.80 means strongly disagree or a very negative perceptions. 1.81 to 2.60 means disagree or negative perceptions. 2.61 to 3.40 means neutral or moderate perceptions. 3.41 to 4.20 means agree or positive perceptions, and 4.21 to 5.00 means strongly agree or very positive perception.
To put that scale into perspective, for our study, a mean score falling between 3.41 and 4.20 right here on the rule indicates a positive perception. Keep this range in mind because it's exactly where our results land. Let's move on to what we found.
For our findings, starting with research question 1, the overall mean score across item 1 to 13 was 3.788, a positive perception. In plain terms, students generally see Duolingo as an effective speaking tool. Looking at the top drivers, independent and accessibility score highest at 3.968, the highest rated factors, as students highly value being able to practice anytime without a teacher. Motivation and engagement score 3.78 and general helpfulness also scored 3.78. The lowest score factor was confidence and willingness to speak at 3.65, indicating that confidence builds more gradually than other skills.
Now, for RQ2 with specific speaking aspect improved the most, and all four landed in the positive range. Ranking first, vocabulary and grammar accuracy at 3.877, the highest improvement reflecting expanded word banks and correct usage. And the second, pronunciation at 3.794 with strong gains through listen, imitate, repeat exercise. The third, interaction at 3.725 showing increased willingness to participate in conversation. And the fourth, the lowest relative improvement, fluency at 3.635, reflecting the need for live, spontaneous interaction.
So, what does all this mean? On one side, where the app excels, all our high scores in independence, vocabulary, and pronunciation prove that Duolingo is brilliant for independent input, grammar, habit information, and listen, imitate, repeat drills. On the other side, when the app meets reality, our lower scores in fluency and confidence indicate that genuine fluency requires spontaneous human interaction. In short, the app functions best as a powerful supplement, not a replacement or a live practice.
To conclude, Duolingo is a valuable foundational tool for self-study, particularly for vocabulary and pronunciation, but it should complement, not replace, live interactive practice for achieving spontaneous fluency. In terms of strength, it's effective for building structural skill vocabulary at 3.877 and pronunciation at 3.794 through accessible, independent drills. As for limitation, it's less effective for spontaneous output with fluency at 3.635. Our recommendation: supplement app use with real-life conversation to build confidence and natural fluency.
These are the sum of the references we are using for the topic currently under discussion.
Thank you so much for your listening.
As Duolingo itself puts it, the best way to predict your future is to create it. Keep practicing, keep speaking.
We are Lovely and Lexa saying goodbye.